All right, let's move on to our next game. This is Skyraider. Skyraider in 1978. We are heading back to the arcade. Let's check out the artwork for Skyraider. Here it is. Now, if you look closely at the arcade cabinet, they're adding multiple levels of overlay to add color and depth. And even they have some neon for black lights. Arcades were already familiar with this with pinball cabinets, and so now they're starting to outfit the video game arcade cabinets with the same black light and neon look. Groovy, man, groovy. 1978. So there's another example of the arcade cabinet. The control panel is a whole flight stick, so this might be a flying experience when we play. Yeah, there's the terrible picture of the control panel, but that's the idea. And it looks like all we have is we're moving around, we bomb. Easy controls. Skyraider. All right, let's take a look. We won't do the manual. It's most likely the service manual for the arcade. So this is March 1978. We're playing Skyraider in the arcade. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we got a lot of the overlay for the experience you would have seen in 1978. And they even did us a good favor. If you look at the controller at the bottom with the Atari symbol in the middle, they gave us some transparency so we can see the control panel behind. So lots of great artwork, great to what you would see in the arcade. And then above all, the game is programmed in black and white, but they gave us the red overlay of what we'd actually see if we were playing. So the attract mode is giving us the illusion that it's scrolling. But because I'm familiar with Skyraider, it's not happening like that. The developers are giving us a trick, making us think the game is scrolling, but it is not. It's actually a static image that's almost like a wheel, or if you're familiar with old-timey movies where someone's running on a track and then behind them, the screen's moving and it rolls around. That's essentially what they're doing here. So very clever and very works really well for an experience in the arcade. All right, so let's put a coin in. Cha-ching! Anything? Anything? All right, I'll push start. Okay, so here I am. I am controlling my controller. I'm moving left and right. The only controls I have is left and right, and yes, I am bombing. I get to bomb the oil, the bridge. Oh, I want to see if I can hit the plane. But sound effects, though. Now that we've lit the cabinet up, it's live. It sounds good. Oh, yeah. And you have to have just the right timing. So very simple, but very fun. And looks great, and I can see a lot of people are being attracted to this in 1978. Oh yeah, it works really, really well too. Just my timing's off. Man, I want to hit that plane. Come on. Where are you? Come here, plane. Oh, do I have ammo? I don't think I have ammo. No, I only have time. So I'm just trying to get as many points as I can before the time goes up. And, oh man, that plane. I think the plane's just ran out. How fast can I shoot? Yeah, I just fired nonstop consistently. And you can even see the way the control panel, if you look at the joystick, we're holding the joystick here and we're firing by pushing our thumb on the top of it. Yeah, there we go. 800 points for the plane. Skyraider. So that would be our second example of an experience in the arcade, where it's not just being sitting at an arcade cabinet looking at a screen. They're giving you an experience of something beyond just a normal television screen, something better than you can have at home. So this is above average for sure. This is an experience that you would play. Because of the simplicity, it's most likely 4 stars. So very, very good game. Not in the range of 4.5 or 5. This is like the best thing we've ever seen. But 4 for sure. That's great. Skyraider. All right, moving on to our next game. This is Tournament Table, 1978 in the arcades, where I'd love to be. The arcades are great. All right, so let's see the artwork for Tournament Table. Looks like this is a cocktail cabinet. It goes from the top down, so you can put drinks, cocktails, usually served in bars. And got to be 4-player because we have 4 paddles or knobs that you can control. And it looks like this is a pre-trackball, which uses a ball to control. This one, you just turn the knob left and right. And there you go, blown up artwork of Tournament Table by Atari. And I'm surprised this came out. If this is what I think it is, we have already seen this in the home. They released a game called Video Olympics in the home, which essentially is different paddle games or Pong games that you can pick from. All right, so this is, 4-player. Looks like we just have moving left and right, or moving our paddle left and right. Tournament table. Let's see if the manual has shows the different options. Okay, here you go. So there's the artwork for us. Artwork very similar to Video Olympics on the home Atari 2600. So this is the operation service manual for tournament table. Do they have instructions and game information? This is what the operator would use to set up the arcade cabinet and troubleshoot the arcade cabinet. Tournament table is a collection of 12 paddle games contained in Atari's cocktail table cabinet. A 19-inch black and white TV monitor is mounted in the center, and the monitor is surrounded by plexiglass control panel on top of the game cabinet. Okay, so right off the bat, this isn't that impressive for 78. On the Atari 2600 at home, we could play this, but with 50 different game variations. This one has 12. So I'm not probably going to be impressed between what we've seen for the era. We have different versions, but we'll just go with the normal set that came out. So we're in March 1978 in the arcade playing Tournament Table. Oh, there we go. So we got the whole gamut. This is the table from the cocktail view. So you'd look down. You're sitting in a chair. You'd look down at the table and play the game with your control panels on the left and right side. So it looks like it's showing us all the variations of the game. Let's see what the controls are for this one. Looks like we have, for game select, it's space. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a coin in. It looks like it's giving us game over. So putting a coin in. So we got 1 credit. And then I'm going to put start. And then it looks like it's selected the first game for me. So I am controlling the paddle on the right. And it's basically Breakout. It is Breakout. So this isn't a Breakout copy because Atari made it. And can I go? Okay, so I'm going. So I'm playing Breakout, which I could easily play at home with the very similar graphics on the Atari 2600. Do I have another ball? Please let me play again. Hello? Anything? Is it over after 1 shot? I'm pushing. Okay, no, it was timed. So they just timed it when I could play again? All right, so if you looked at our history, we did play a Apple II version that Steve Wozniak programmed on the home computer, and he's the one that originally programmed Breakout for Atari in the early 70s, and this is the same idea, but it's just different game variations. So very slow-paced, and we can play this at home. All of the game variations that you see around the arcade cabinet is what they had on the Atari 2600. So fairly average for the time, but it would work with 4 people. You know, if you're out with having a party in 1978. So very average for the time. 3, I'd say 2.5. About slightly below average, but still something we've seen before. All right. So yeah, that cocktail cabinet. We had Bruce Howlett in the chat say a buddy of mine has a Pac-Man table just like it, the cocktail version. Really fun if you just want to be able to sit without standing to play your video games.